All right, all right, all right. Wow. You know what? When I ran the scanners this morning at like 7 or whatnot, I was like, oh man, there's only two things on my scanner. This is going to be a slow looking day. But then I was thinking maybe we're going to have some stuff shoot up later. And my God, did we. CTI B, let's quickly look at this one. Just massive blow off top. I don't think I've seen a blow off top this perfect in a while. This is really nice. This is the classic kind of exponential move that we often look for. I didn't trade anything pre-market, but really, really nice move here. I'll get started with the introduction stuff in a little bit. Let's just kind of keep watching it, and then 9:15 I'll kind of do the intro, the housekeeping, and then we'll go through the lead gappers, which CTI B is definitely 100% one of. But good morning, everyone, first of all. Yeah, CTI B, no news, no catalyst. I was really nervous about this one at first, but it has that 2 million float, so it has that exponential kind of, or explosive kind of setup here. You can see the daily chart. We're actually on the backside of a pretty big move. The fact that we went all the way right up to $6 is quite impressive, I found. I think right now it's a bit overextended. And out of the gates, I probably won't be buying this on a breakout, but I'll probably be looking for a dip buy more than anything else. Big volume here on the 1 minute. Whew, here it goes, pulling back a little bit. I think we might be seeing a crack here at 75. Bit of a 9-minute test right here. I'd be a little bit nervous to be jumping on this in this area, even for a pullback trade. 72. Well, we're back above 9-minute, back above the 72. Let's see how long that holds. Yeah, previous highs at 8. Maybe, honestly, we got like 650 where the open was. IPDN. It's not. Here we go, bigger pullback. Finally had that crack. What's the sticker? What do you mean? What's the sticker? Gonna give it another minute here, and then I'll do the intro and kind of get into things, start reviewing the lead gappers. Woo, CTIB still pulling back. Let's see here, having the potential first dip buy opportunity, first bounce here, back above 9-minute EMA, possibly from 59 or so. Hertz is back on our scanners. Hertz just does not want to stop. Man, this thing just goes up 50%, 100%, falls back down 100%, pulls back up 100%. It's just all over the place. It's pretty good fun to watch, I gotta tell you that. I don't know if I'm gonna be trading it, but there's some momentum back in here. I'm not totally sure why. Did anyone get that S INT breakout when it had the news coming about it, about the coronavirus? That was a huge pop to the upside on S INT. And then we had Let's see here. HHT. CTI B still pulling back. Could be a little bit of a pre-market trade. Oh yeah, nice move on HHT. Big break here. Sweet stuff. Maybe another ticker to look at. 120 big time resistance. All right, guys, let's do a quick little intro here. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the stream where we first review the live stream. First review the watch list, then we trade the market open every day. Hope everyone had a good start to their day. Not drinking too much coffee, as we learned yesterday, is not good for trading. I don't know. I have to still see that statistic. Ooh, CTI B, just making me all fuzzy inside. Today is Wednesday. It's the 24th of June. It's 9:16 actually a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got another 14 minutes till the market opens at 9:30. We'll wrap up the stream around 11 to 11:30. Check out the video description below for some FAQs, and let's dive into everything else. Like CTI B, which is just pulling back here. We might even do a pre-market dip trade on it. I like what I'm seeing. 5.4 is big time support and resistance. CTI B though, 140% gapping pre-market. Actually, probably much more than that. Starting at 236 was the close. Somewhere in this area. Now it ran up all the way to 6. So basically 140%. Yeah, 2 million float, US Auto Parts Company. The problem with this one, there's no catalyst that I have found yet. Maybe you guys have found one. Anyway, it's on the backside of a fairly big move where it ran up to 8, and now it's back up at basically 8. It's hit a high of 6, so pretty impressive stuff we're seeing with CTI B. I'll be watching it closely. Definitely, it's on my other screen already. And then we got KBSF 55. Actually, it's not really our lead gapper, but I was kind of watching it a little bit here. Because in the morning, CTI B and KBSF were the only things really popping up. Again, no catalyst on KBSF, but it does have a nice float of 1.5. I'm not really sure if we're going to be trading this one. Something really interesting would have to happen, but it is, holding this above $3 area. So right now it's kind of in this general zone, which is quite bullish. And it's holding its highs quite well. So I'll definitely kind of create an alert here, but no catalyst again. Chinese apparel company. Let's go to IBIO. This one's about 35% gapping pre-market, 101 million float, huge float, much bigger than we typically are looking for. US biotech. These guys have a really interesting catalyst here. And they actually pulled back quite a bit. So this is the big move it had. And pull back kind of a bit from there. So let's see kind of what happens. Yeah, check out this. IBM Watson Health for use of IBM clinical development solution at no cost to help support clinical coronavirus vaccine research. So they were selected by IBM Watson Health. IBM Watson, or Watson is IBM's kind of AI. Really interesting. I was actually looking into using Watson like years ago for trading. It's really expensive, like for the retail. It basically, so I think this is pretty big news, this kind of collaboration. We'll definitely put IBIO in the spotlight. They've been doing pretty good. I mean, we've been looking at IBIO quite a bit in the past. This is kind of some news that might even be good for swing trading. I gotta be honest, like, that's got the kind of macro news with the corona and the micro news. IBIO is kind of up a lot in my eyes, from that 5 cents and all the way to $3.5. I mean, that's insane. But they are having a bit of a turnaround story. We usually don't see this kind of direction change on these small caps. So this could be a really interesting setup here. Hit a high of 195, so all the way back to kind of this $2 zone, which seems to be very important kind of pivot area. Yeah, we traded this a long time ago. David, I feel you on that. That's why I often do my swing trades in my Roth IRA account, because I have no kind of, I mean, obviously the Roth IRA account, you can't take your money out without paying a tax fee till you're like, what, 64 or 67 or something like that. So I'm just like, whatever, I'm just gonna hold it. But if I trade in my other accounts, sometimes I'm like, oh, come on, what's the opportunity cost here? Sorry to hear though, David. mRNA, let me quickly check it out. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Ooh, that was a lot of, oh man, I hope this lag is not going to be continuing here. For day trading, I'm not going to be looking at mRNA. It's way above what I typically want to be looking at. Quick little recap here if anyone's totally new. I'm looking at stocks with floats under 50 million. I'm looking for stocks that ideally have a news catalyst. Lately, a lot of stocks have been running without a catalyst. It's been a little weird. Something with a strong spike history, so a stock that typically, you know, let me quickly check here, has made moves in the past and ideally holds its highs. So CTI B, you know, has has a few spikes to the upside. This one's a little scary because we opened up here, big gap day, totally sold off. This was the second green day, still closed technically green on the day. So, you know, here's another one, CTI B, big spike history. Although this was not a gap move, this was a bit kind of like after the market opened, but still pretty nice. Yeah, some decent kind of gap history here. So this will be really, really interesting to watch today. Hertz is always going bananas. Yeah, David, we just kind of put we made our margin account. I just funded it, so it's unlimited. And then we have our $25,000 challenge account, which is in the IRA account. Let me make sure I don't look at my account balance distraction. But other than that, no major changes, but I would like to try to swing trade a little bit more with the Roth or with the challenge account, kind of see how that works out a little bit. It's been doing pretty well on my other trades, so let's see if we can implement it into the Roth. Ooh, CTI B trying again here. Definitely big moves. I found some support at that 5.5 zone. Instantly runs up again 5%. Let's kind of look at the other gappers. Going back through the list with starting with HHT, bouncing off that $1 zone. I would love to see this break above 1.2. Could happen today. So far, so interesting. 20,000 shares outstanding. Catalyst today. Deal with mixed lifestyle to set up its first offline site. The 70% gapper is really, really not too shabby. This one's going to be kind of interesting today for sure. There's just that big resistance right above it. KBSF. Selling off a little bit here. Not always what you want to see. BCDA kind of popped up a little bit late here. Usually this means it just came out with the news, but I don't see Any sort of news on it? Wow, yeah, 50% move is not bad. $3 gap down area. Just ripped on through that. Ooh. In the title as well, Emmett, we got the lead gappers that I'm looking at today. But remember, we talked about it a little bit earlier as well, but, does it have a catalyst? Does it fit, ideally under 50 million, float, strong spike history, good daily chart? Does it have room to run, fast rate of change? And for me, ideally between $2 and $7, like BCDA. So, build your criterion and then start looking for those stocks that are trading in it based on by making a filter that, does the work for you. TOS is getting really slow, guys. Make sure to have the stocks you want to be watching on, because sometimes I've noticed this happen a lot. Into the first 5 minutes of the market open, you can't really change tickers on TOS sometimes. A lot of complaints about that. So I'll be watching IBIO and CTI B out of the gates. All right, we got another 2.5 minutes here till the market opens. Good luck, everyone. Yep, that's right. We'll just keep mentioning different stocks, why we're looking at them. Yeah, Corey, I totally agree. We might do that at one point. Definitely on the idea list. Always want to start off a little bit lighter, and as we start kind of getting into a groove, then get more aggressive with position size specifically. Thanks, David. And Curlin, I'm not sure. I haven't been looking at it. All right, IBIO here, our second lead gapper, and then CTI B, keeping a very, very close eye on it. Another 1.5 minutes here. With IBIO, if we have a break here above 1.86, this could be a really, really nice new move with a high of 195. $2 is definitely a key zone. Another minute here till the market opens. $50 seconds. Watch out with CTI B. I think it's on the backside of the move, honestly. It had a really, really aggressive pre-market. Right now, it definitely looks like it could be more backside move. So just be a little bit careful with CTI B for sure. Whew, bunch of eager beavers today in the market. It's just absolutely exploding. Good luck, everyone. IBIO pulling back and CTI B. CTI B might break above 454. Big volume here on this breakout. Whoo, big move. Let's see if we can get an entry here on CTI B. Quick pullback to 5.4 maybe. Didn't get that pullback that I was looking for. I'm going to remove this limit order. I'm going to go back to IBIO, just on the other chart. Wow, what a huge, huge rip on this one. 11%. IBIO, quick pullback here. Looking for an entry on IBIO. Moving limit order for now. Let's see if we can get a secondary dip here. So far, no entries from me. CTI B looks healthy. I think it, nope, I thought it was halted, but it wasn't. IBIO could be pulling back one more time here. Big buyers though. Looking for an entry on IBIO. Let's see if we can have a little bit of a red to green move here on 174. Half position size. Looking for 176 to break. Big buyers just came through at 176. Move wasn't quick enough. I just ended up closing this position, was hoping for a little bit bigger of a move. CTI B pulling back really, really quickly. Maybe I'll do another entry on IBIO. Probably do a little bit bigger of a position size this time. CTI B, huge pullback. Huge, all the way under 5. I knew this was going to be a tricky one. I knew this one was going to be very risky. IBIO, secondary pullback here maybe. $170 acting as pretty big support. CTI B and IBIO are both the lead gappers on the day. CTI B pulling back again here. Don't see any news about it. Shouldn't be such an aggressive pullback. Might be a really good dip buy entry here at 4. Breaking back above 5. Bought CTI B at 501. Half position size again. A little bit trickier to trade this one. Try to get out the first time. Let's give this one a little bit. Still pulling back here. Closed for a small loss here at 20. Wanted that pullback, but I didn't like taking unnecessary risks. Let's just keep watching this one. I missed my exit there. A little bit laggy pre-market. You got to watch that with the, or not pre-market, into the open. That was definitely a little bit annoying. Let's keep watching this one. I'm going to go back to IBIO. Down a little bit today. Good thing I took small position size. CTI B pulling back again here. If I can get a conservative entry on this one, I probably would. Otherwise, I'm not going to chase it too much in this area. Fast mover, just want to be a little bit careful here. Yeah, so that's a bit annoying. This, you know, I had the right idea. I just didn't get the exit when it popped up. So that's just, you know, it happens sometimes. Makes me really not want to chase it right now. Yep, that's exactly the move I was looking for. I missed my exit by a few, literally just a few cents. And then I wasn't able to get out quick enough. So you got to be quick with these. You got to be quick. And that Corey had a good point with, you know, potentially looking for a different broker because, you know, TD is only so fast. That's oftentimes why sometimes I don't trade those quick breakouts because I just, you know, my entries and exits would just be too slow. So we're a little bit right on the day right now. Let's keep an open mind here. IBIO and CTI B are still the lead movers on the day. IPDN could be an interesting pick. Ooh, flash crash on CTI B. I think a lot of people are a little cautious on this one right now. So far, it's a good thing we cut our losses. %17 down on that one. Maybe we'll even go past 5.4. I don't know. It's really, really tough to say at this point. 4.5, I mean, sorry. Whoo, CTI B falling. Support in the 60s. hit that low of 62. Big question, is it going to pull back again here? It kind of looks like it might. Kind of a weak bounce so far. Some more buyers coming in there. This could break past 475. I wouldn't be surprised. Just be careful with buying the dips on this one right now. Yeah, Ian, thanks. JFIN, I see you guys talking about it. SINT as well. Very clean move higher so far in SINT. Nice little call out on the red tick remove, guys. (9:42 a.m.) Markets are a bit mixed. Dow Jones red about 1%. NASDAQ up about 2.2%. David, that's funny. Taking a look at IPDN, kind of holding the area IPDN, not really too bad. I like how it's holding the 2.2. Maybe this is going to be a nice little pop right here through VWAP at one point. Wouldn't be surprised. JFIN, this looks kind of like a failed breakout. I'd be a little cautious here, but could be some good dip buying areas, especially around a double bottom. That's probably what I would do. Ooh, CTI B pulling back again. Bouncing off 4.5. CTIB definitely offers a few of those occasional 2-3% profits, but I don't know what's the risk you're willing to pay for that, you know, quick flash pullback. That's why I've been a little bit uncomfortable with it. Still kind of struggling here in this area. Not too much buying volume just yet, but we might break actually above the open of the last 5-minute candle. The question is, will it hold? Yeah, possibly, David. I would need to check it out myself. CTI B broke about above the 9-minute EMA. I wouldn't really probably be jumping on it just yet. Look at that bounce off the 165. Nice bounce there on IBIO. Yep, that's super true. I think that was an offering. I'm not totally sure. I'd have to check. 946, I'm going to be looking for a reversal soon. CTI B might have a bigger pop coming at one point here. CJJD, I'll have to take a look at it. Ben JKK, yeah, a lot of stuff popping here. Put JKK on the chart for a second. I'm waiting and watching too. Just kind of let it be right now. Big pullback there on CTI B. Yeah, that dip on the 12th is for sure no joke. The stock knows how to drop. I gotta give it to it. Nice move and call, guys, on SINT. Does have catalyst today. Potential reversal here on CTI B. Quick pullback on S INT. Man, oh man, what a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red candles, 5-minute red candles on CTI B, just huge. Possible entry on CTI B. Yeah, I'm a little confused with the no news lately. It's been a kind of a common theme we've been experiencing. CTIB, wow, did I miss a lot of dip buys on this one? A little bit unfortunate. Even the one that we called out perfectly, somehow we ended up red. So it's been a tricky one to trade. The pullbacks have been harder, and then the bounces have been a little bit weaker. So that's a big, big red flag. I mean, check out the history on the 12, like that was pointed out in the chat room, just a very, very weak stock overall. I'm going to take a quick little breather break and then refresh my head, and I'll be right back. Look at CTIB just pulling back again here. This thing is ruthless. Some potential here on this possible dip. Quick little entry here on CTIB. Possible 9-minute EMA breakout. Didn't get a full positions fill. Just realized that. Gonna close out this trade. Didn't get a full fill. Had 300 shares ready to go, but I didn't get a full execution. $36. Possible entry zone again. This could be break of 9-minute EMA. I think it will be actually. Remove limited order for now. You got to be careful on this ticker. It's been a real messy one. The 5-minute chart looks really good though right now. It's probably going to be one of the last attempts I do it on CTI B. Just got an order again on SIN on CTI B. Looking for that 9-minute break. Can we get it? Let's see. 43. Looks like buying pressure coming back in here. Five-minute breakout here. Gonna give it one more push. We walked away with profits on this one, but wowie, I was having again some TOS issues. I might really have to switch my broker. This was really weird. Let me quickly check the issue. That was really annoying. Let me quickly check here. Whew, that was exactly what we waited for. We had that 5-minute setup. Canceled, 125 canceled. I'm not even really sure what just happened. That was really weird. I'll look through that later. Back green on the day though. Just really watch out with CTIB. I got the trade I wanted. So let me just talk about it for a brief second because I know a lot of you guys are probably confused why I took this trade. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red 5-minute candles in a row. We had a 1 5-minute candle breakout. And that's the candle, that's the attempt, that's what I was trying to do right here. We also have big support right below. So this move was exactly what I wanted. Took a little bit smaller position size, probably could have gotten more aggressive there. But you know, it was a tricky one to trade. So I was like, whatever, I'll be a little cautious here. I don't think I'm gonna keep trading CTIB. I really liked this opportunity and I didn't want to get distracted. I know you guys were calling out some really good tickers. Fidelity Pro, bro. I'll have to check it out. But yeah, nice move, Daniel. 80 bucks on CTI B. Good stuff. Just be very careful, guys. SINT, biggest, I mean the CTIB, the biggest volume on this one was on a red candle on that breakout. Woo! I'm so happy I'm out of that one. That was so hectic. You guys probably saw it in my face. I was trying to get out of it and I couldn't. It was a nightmare. CTIB pulling back again. SINT, I'm looking at it. You know, this is a recent backside big move, but it does have new news. So let's see where it can take it. Right now, $2 is ridiculously big resistance on it. No, I don't have any trade experience with TradeStation, but keep calling out brokers. I could hear the mouse clicks. I even have a silent mouse. So if you hear the mouse clicks, you know I'm freaking out. My computer might also be a bit slow. That could be a bit of the problem because when I stream, my computer has big issues. I do know that, but I don't know. I got 60 gigabyte RAM. This is kind of like a gaming laptop, so it should be able to handle everything. Yeah. Nice call on SINT, guys. This one's pretty sweet. I don't know if I would use Webull for day trading. I don't think I would. I have before. I have done it, but it's not my favorite. SINT, guys, is actually the second lead gapper on the day now with $31 million volume. That's pretty sweet. Woo! CTIB pulling back hard again. My lord. I think SINT has huge potential. USA Medical Device Company, USA Med. 10 million float. Pre-market, it had that nice little spike. I think that was when the news came out. Just an absolute killer. 61% since then. Breaking that 2.1 zone. Let's keep a close eye on this. All right, Corey, man, take care. It's hard to see you go so early, but at least you broke even and not ended it red. I'm watching SINT here. I feel like I'm finally trading what you guys are trading. CTIB, I was tempted to trade that dip as well, but man, that one was just, I don't even want to look at it. Nice Bings. That's really funny. Let's see if we can get a quick pullback to 197 or so. That's $2 to $10 zone is holding really well. S INT doesn't care, it just keeps on flying. I think people are waking up to that this is actually a legit move here, not a backside bounce, because it has new news, 10 million float between $2 and $7 now. I mean, this thing fits a lot of day traders' criterion. Nice share cruiser with GNC. Wins halted on the way up. A lot of stuff going on. Lots and lots of stuff. The silicon nitrate demonstrates antiviral properties against SARS coronavirus and kills viruses within minutes of exposure. Publication of a recent study they did. Oh, man, where did we get these obnoxious decimal places out of nowhere from? David, that's funny. Good to know. Man, SINT thinks it's an altcoin. It's going full moon mode right here. If this continues, it's gonna get halted. Renee, oh Lord, you guys are ridiculous. The squad, yeah, good point with that. I've actually never contacted him about them in the moment. It'll always be like on the phone in the evening, or if I have a different account question, I'll complain about it on the side. But interesting point there. 2.1 could be a really nice dip buy opportunity here if it has a flash pullback. I'm not sure if it will. Big volume kind of exploded on this one. Going to put a limit order here. I don't really think we're going to have a quick pullback to this area. Oh, nice. Just updated it for me. Maybe enough people complained about it. Whoa, SINT, another big breakout here, 250. Nope. Quick pullback. I was thinking that you just messaged them, but you would think that they would automate this a little bit. I mean, it's getting a little ridiculous. HHT guys trying to squeeze up here past 93. SINT might look like it's gonna get ready for a bigger pullback. Any sort of halt usually gets the attention, but yeah, typically a stock breaking out higher that gets halted, it brings the sharks in because they smell something breaking. Nice pullback to the 9-minute EMA, had a nice little bounce in this area. But I think everyone's already looking at SINT. I don't really think this stock needs to get halted to get more eyes on it. I think everyone's looking at it. It's one of the lead gappers on the day. Plus CTI IB pulled back so hard. Same with IBIO, just kind of disappeared. Man, this is big old mover really today. It doesn't even have that much volume yet compared to the volume it had on the 12th. Or no, what day was this? This was Monday. Yeah, SINT was Monday's lead gapper. So I'd watch out, guys. Actually, with SINT, they have a direct offering being registered, and this is all rehashing old news. I'm thinking about it. This is actually not new news here. It's just new publications today. Could be actually a bit of a red flag for SINT. They're definitely not foreign to dilution. $10.13. SINT typically doesn't have the best second big days. So just don't be blind to this one, what we're seeing here. SINT pulling back a little bit here. Man, Hertz does not play. Hertz just does what does its thing. SINT, quick little pullback here again. Just watching it. CTI B here, just constantly pulling back. This one never really made it out. Had that one nice move. Now it's just selling off very consistently, actually. All right, Renee, man, take care. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow. Still watching SINT on my other screen, so I'll check out wins. Wow, from $20 to $52. That's no small feat. Michael, I know that feeling. SINT trying to break higher here, but I'd be careful with a move like this. I think it's just a 9-minute retest, and I'd be very, very weary in this area. So far, I still have a limit order at 210. You could squeeze all that on one screen. I like two screens though. I'm totally with you on two screens. That way I could have at least two charts up in the chat. The chat allows this. Honestly, 3 screens would be perfect for me. I don't need more than 3. SINT still trying to pull back here. Boom! Quick little dip. Did you guys see that? That's what we were talking about. Looks like we're going to miss this entry just a bit here. Unless it pulls back to 08. Wow, I think we just missed this perfect entry here at... I already be taking profits. I'm going to close this order. Wow, that was ridiculous. Just missed like a perfect... whatever. Yep, that would have been a really, really nice trade. 4 or 5%. Tesla's... Nakakoi platforme Toro Grusht. I can't really read Cyrillic Roman, I'm sorry. SINT pulling back again here. Yep, good call, Tristan. CTI B might have another bounce in this zone, having a potential 5-minute breakout again. This was exactly our setup that we took initially. I'd be very careful though on it, but you know, if you get in early enough on it, it could do it. It has less volume now than it did before, so another kind of red flag. But if you bought kind of leading up to this one. That's probably the only way I probably would have bought it. So I'd probably already be out on CTI B. Man, Hertz is just all over the place. Pre-market, guys, again, pre-market CTI B, hands down, would have been the winner. After the market opened, CTI B was just really, really unattractive. IBIO might be making a bit of a rounded bottom here. Maybe it's going to have a nice breakout later in the day. This could be really interesting. Actually, IBIO had really nice news with IBM Watson. I feel like any sort of partnership on that level is really, really nice. The problem is IBIO is already super overextended. Unless you could say it was underextended or oversold, but you know, if it came from like 50 cents and then went to $3, but from 5 cents, really, that's really, really tough. I do like the catalyst on it though. We actually had our first trade on IBIO. It should be popping up here in a little bit. Not totally sure why it hasn't yet. SINT trying to break the 9-minute. SINT definitely is staying over VWAP, kind of interesting. I'm not buying into its trick though. My laptop is so hot you could easily cook an egg on it. New minute starts in 10 seconds, new 5-minute candle. Whew, congrats to anyone on wins. Honestly, this was such a roller coaster. I did not see a move like this coming. They got loses compliance. The independent director and audit committee requirements kind of sounds a little shady to me. Looking for a new director. I have no idea why this one's up. So I have a hard time getting behind some of these stocks that are just totally just giant, massive question marks. Sometimes I can't really build the conviction behind it, so I don't trade it. I miss out a lot because of that, but it also keeps me usually away from big losers. But I think with time, I'll get more comfortable with stocks like this and just trade them on a more technical basis. But for now, I don't really mind missing them. Ooh, Dan, that sounds really good. Hello 4K, I like it. Morning, Chris. Good to have you here, man. Christopher. Where I sinned on Monday. Woohoo! Look at wins just flying. Eventually, wins is gonna break, and it's gonna fall down so hard. Or maybe not. Maybe it's gonna hold its highs, but I kind of doubt it. CTI B pulled back again. $198 viewers. Wow. Nice. Happy to have you guys all here. Welcome to the community if you're new. And I know a lot of you guys are, how do you say it in English? In German, it's Stammkunden, where you just, it's the guys that, or not guys, but people that go to like the same restaurant or the same bar every day. You guys all know those people. I gotta say, SINT, that rebound it had off of $2, I'm quite impressed. I didn't think we would get such a hard rebound. I should have left my limit order at 208, would have been a perfect bounce trade, but I wasn't really feeling it. Hertz is just still flying. Today's a weird day. Today's a very unusual kind of day. SINT pulling back again. SINT actually looks pretty good. Again, it looks quite bullish here. It has a nice 5-minute breakout. Can't deny that that is really, really nice. Big 9-minute pullback here. This could have been a trade in itself. 3%, just like that. Yeah, volume is so important. It's all about the gain trade. Man, I kind of hope that we're going to see another really nice setup. Just kind of waiting here. Waiting. SINT might be the best setup. That offering news really doesn't make me want to rush into an aggressive trade on it, though. It's not the classic setup. Also, the long-term chart in SINT is very ugly. This whole move itself is very impressive, and the fact that it's up today on rehashed news makes me even more cautious on SINT. Almost 1030 as well. So, yikes. Let me check out LK. I know LK is always called out in the chat room. I don't always look at it. No real specific reason. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I think that's a good question. Is scalping different from day trading? I think it's kind of the same thing. I would say so, for sure. I think anything intraday trading is just day trading. It's just like a subcategory of day trading. FFHL, we could check it out in a little bit. Usually these stocks do die pretty quickly. They have like a lifespan of probably like 1.5 days on average. I gotta say though, LK does not look too bad. Yeah, the Luckin Coffee with all the fraud reports, that's why I was staying away from it. But doesn't mean it, like, just like Hertz, you know, even if it's a bankrupt company, doesn't mean it's not going to go up 200%, which is crazy, but it happens all the time. I think LK still had a bigger market cap. That's why it's not popping up in my scanners. Yeah, 730 million market cap, not our classic company that we day trade. Oh, that's a good point with SPCE. We're in a small position trade with SPCE, and yeah, I saw a pre-market that it dipped below 16. So I might be getting out for a small loss here. I'm not sure what our loss is. Let me quickly check. Don't want to get too distracted. I'm going to our swing trading account, guys. Take a deep breath. We're down about $30, so about 3% on our SPCE position. I think we entered at like 16.55. So I was hoping right here in this area, we were back to break even, and I was hoping that we would have a consolidation and break back higher. This doesn't look very good. I was a little bit nervous that we were going to not have the continuation here. So it looks like I'll probably actually end up closing this position. I really like what we saw. We had a big breakout volume here. That's always what I look for. We had a healthy pullback with low volume. That's why I entered this trade almost near the bottom, almost near the perfect bottom. Didn't hold its highs, so sometimes it doesn't work out. So SPCE, we might be closing this swing trade. No need to stay in it longer if it doesn't hold true. So yeah, at the moment we're down like 0.3, 0.5 or something like that. Could still have a reversal. But okay, let's get back to the good stuff. LK coffee taster. Oh man, you just made me want to have some coffee. Whew. Is anyone feeling those coffee vibes right now? I'll hold it as long as I need to, as long as my price targets are being met. And if I start seeing signs that don't look really good, crack some momentum, I'll be getting out of it. So there's, I don't know, could even be one day, could be 2 weeks, but I don't really hold it much longer than that. Jared, that sounds pretty nice, pretty fancy. Wow, Hertz ripped past 2, hit 2.4, pulling back a little harder now. I feel like I don't give Hertz enough credit. I oftentimes just don't trade it. Yeah, I mean, this has to be super wicked for short sellers. Anyone that shorted Hertz, swing trading, shorting in the ones, I mean, you're down almost 100%. That's insane. Oh, shorting is just opens you up. SINT breaking 2. It's 10:35 right now. 9:28 was the last article on SINT. SINT could be a good bounce here in this area any moment. Big buyers on 93. Literally, as I was moving to my... man, wow, I've been a little bit too slow on my entries lately. I need to stop. I gotta jump on these things a little bit quicker. I was just about to go on 93. Yep, we'd be up at 7 cents a share again. I'd be closing this trade already. Did LK just go green on the day? I already thought it was a green on the day. Man, SINT. Man, that one's bothering me a little bit. That's exactly what I wanted. Perfect setup here. Break a VWAP, 5% move. Oh well. Can't get them all. I was saying that's a tough question to answer, but we'll review the trade journal more often. But we just switched to a margin account. So the challenge is up about $3,000, and this margin account is brand new, up a few $100s. We started trading it this week. Is that true? No, we started trading it last week. It just doesn't feel like it, because I didn't really trade it last week because I was on holiday. Not really a holiday, but get my point. Today, I don't know. Today, not the greatest day, but it's kind of, we're up 58 bucks today. Not too bad. Small position sizes, though. I think our biggest position size today was like 1,500 bucks or so, maybe even less. So, and we traded a lot under $1,000, so not too bad. David, that's a really funny description. Pearl's getting ready for something. Hertz on its 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th green 5-minute candle. Short's probably piling up again here. WKHS, man, this one has blown my mind time and time again. I feel like I have not given it enough credit. I feel like this last while we've been seeing just the same stuff out here. Hey, Michael, if you got in at 324, that's a pretty sweet trade with CTI B, no? Does that mean you bought it when did you buy it? Yesterday? You probably bought it several days ago. Yeah, Michael, that's playing with fire. Here we go, guys. SINT pulling back again. 424. Oh, okay, man. Oh, yeah, I feel you. Okay, that's a little bit worse. What's your plan? Fair enough. Man, Hurts back in action. Probably a good chance that we're going to see some sort of bounce off 3.6 or 3.5. Wonder when the reversal is going to come in. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a retest here at, like you said, around 425. I'd be careful of not being able to break past this shoulder at like 414. So we might have a move here higher, but this is big resistance zone because we had support here. Then we had support here again, and now it's acting as new resistance right in this area. So we might have another test, but volume's fading, so that's not usually the best. I'm about to tell your guys' wives to check out this chat room because it's very good fun. I think they would get a good chuckle out of it. Tristan, I totally feel you. I was thinking about it too. I had a bit of a loss yesterday, and then I was like, you know, I'm up today. Opportunities aren't that hot. I'm a little nervous that, you know, I do feel like I'm in the right mindset, and I feel like I could snag a good trade, but there's not a lot of opportunities out there, and I don't want to start, you know, forcefully finding an opportunity. I missed SINT twice already. Actually, I missed it. I missed SINT so many times. I want this dip here. You guys saw my limit order. It was like at 209 or something. I perfectly missed this one. I missed this one again here at 93. And I wanted this one a little bit, but I don't know if I would say I missed it because I was expecting a little bit bigger of a pullback. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, you know, I don't want to get over aggressive and then totally have it the one time when it really falls back. So I might just kind of call it as well. That's probably not the worst cover to blow. That's so funny. Tell her you'll make it up to her. All right, Tristan, take care, man. Thanks for coming out today. Man, FUV is very, very light on volume. These are really tough to trade sometimes. If you use bigger size, you can get stuck in one of these. Also, remember, we're looking for stocks that have a fast rate of change. This whole move here is 8%. That's not really a fast rate of change. That's why I personally wouldn't be trading FUV. Swing trade might be an option, but I'm not swing trading it. JAKK is trying really hard to make some moves higher here. I'm not the biggest fan on the volume on it. No catalyst as well from what I see. Ugh. Thanks, Tristan. $2 million volume on the left side. Not sure where. Are we talking about these kind of volume spikes here? No worries about being new. Everyone has to start somewhere. Just not totally sure what you were referring to. David, you're gonna start making people think I'm crazy. I'm about to lower my desk and take a seat if this kind of action continues here. What is going on? The only really thing that's flying in all sorts of directions is Hertz. And I'm really not about trading this one right now. Yeah, Michael, I am. Oh, that's cool that you found us that way. Trade Journal, I've coded from scratch, so that's one of the projects. I try to squeeze in at least an hour of coding a day on that site alone. But yeah, that's one of the big things we do here. S INT having a little bit of a rounded bottom, trying to break back above the 5-minute EMA. The 9-minute, I don't really trust it, to be honest. 5-minute setup is basically non-existent. We might have a retest here of VWAP. That's probably what I would be looking for. Ooh, and out of nowhere, quick little pop. 8%. Yep, that's the plan. Keeping it all transparent. All my trades are documented on Trade Journal. The only problem is I can't share my portfolios yet with you guys. That's not coded in there yet. So that feature will be coming out probably within, I think by August. I'd have to check though. It's in the pipeline. SINT, watching this area closely. I like it, Jared. I code in Python though. Yeah, Michael, that's super true. I don't really trust TOS for that, but it's definitely a valid point. It's actually one of the main points of the gap and go strategy that I have still yet to like really come to terms with because it's so unorthodox for the way I trade. Took my uni funds to trading. Nice. That's a good reinvestment, I think. Technically, this is a pretty interesting little setup here on SINT. One of the few kind of setups we're getting at all. Michael's living on the edge, I see. Yeah, Jared, that's super true. That's how I learned all my Python. And just HTML and CSS and all that fun stuff, WordPress, it's all online. Whew, that's pretty savage, Michael. Slow kind of late morning here. Usually we'll have at least something ripping, but I guess Hertz is really that one ripping. MYOV, I can check it out for a second here. Had the break of 20. Very slow mover. But could be an interesting swing trade or whatnot. I don't know. For day trading, though, it's too slow, not enough volume. KBSF kind of popping back in here. This was actually our lead gapper, or one of our potential ones that we talked about pre-market. Didn't really do too much of anything. SINT, quick little pullback here to 1.94. I don't really feel safe trading SINT when I know they have an offering pending. KBSF. Also had no cat, but with a 1.5 million float, I think this one easily moves. China apparel company, 55% gapping pre-market. SINT guys selling off again here, kind of aggressively. No, not my unlimited portfolio. That one does not have any long positions. I actually don't have any of my long positions on TD Ameritrade. SINT is just so sketchy. KBSF 4 or 5% here, not too bad. Right when we started looking at it, really nervous that SINT is going to have some sort of news that comes out. I think BRN or FFHL had the news that came out about it, and it was just devastating. Yeah, so FFHL is not really doing much of anything. It had a nice little bounce off of $5, 9% move though. Nothing really too big. I gotta say though, it is kind of holding this area a little bit. Might have a break above VWAP. Could be kind of an interesting setup here. BRN. Yeah, once it broke that 1.5 level, it went down 20%. Which one was the one I was thinking of? Hold on, let me think here for a second. Something went down drastically yesterday. Let me remember. Paolo Brooks? I hope I'm saying your name right. Thoughts on margin account? Margin account is great if you have an account over 25K. Otherwise, being limited on 3 trades is an absolute nightmare in my opinion. So I wouldn't use a margin account. I would use a cash account because you're not limited on trades. But it takes 24 hours, or no, 48 hours to get your cash back after a trade. So you could literally, so it's tough. Like when our account was at 6,000, we would trade 3,000 a day and take 3 trades a day. That's kind of how we did it, unless we'd have position size like pre-market or some setup that we didn't really like. So that's how I would do it again, 100%. But I would not use a margin account if it was probably my only funds. I know, breaking out here. $71 million contract, Department of Defense. Yeah, it's Scully. I feel the same way. Okay, yeah. Just remember, I think you need over 2,000 for shorts. No, I'm not using a CMEG margin account. I don't believe so. CMEG is a different broker. I'm using TD Ameritrade. Unless I totally missed the... I think you're thinking about the broker CMEG, CME. It's like Capital Markets Elite Group. That's a different broker. Nice, Michael, sticking to the rules today. KTOV had the offer. Thanks, man. Oh my God, thought I was gonna go crazy if I didn't find that. I was like, thanks, Paul. KTOV had the offering. This is how I kind of feel about SINT today. Maybe this one's going to have an offering. It's totally primed for an offering. Plus the long-term chart shows a lot of offerings. So yeah, this is what I'm nervous about. You trade these stocks after 10:30, they start slowing down. After 11 o'clock, it's shaky. And then, in the afternoons and after 10:30, you see stuff like this, big news coming out. This one's not even bad. It only goes down 25%. And then, total here of 35%. Oftentimes you see these offerings come out and the stock goes down 60, 70%. So that's why this one's already, priced so low. So that's probably why it didn't drop so much, but you just really got to be careful. Gotcha. The one in the Caribbean. I was thinking about switching to this one, CMEG, but I already have the application there, so just in case. VXRT joins the Russell. That's actually kind of interesting. Yeah, the offerings are to raise money for the company, but at a investor expense, so it's not actually a good thing. You typically see it on a stock that only goes in one direction, and that's to the downside. VXRT could actually be a good swing trade. VXRT to be included in the Russell 3000. That's funny, right after they got the letter from the NASDAQ not compliance. Yeah, because the stock price absolutely dumps, and then the company tends to keep doing what it doesn't really fix anything, and then they do a reverse split to bring the stock price back above $1 at one point, because then they need to get the NASDAQ $1 requirement, and then the stock price, let's say, goes from $1 to $10, which doesn't affect you because you lose the amount of shares, and then they do another offering, which brings it back down to $1, and then they do a reverse split, and then an offering and a reverse split, and then you look back at a chart and you're like, wait, this stock was $90,000 at one point. Nope, it's just been recalculated, and now you're down 99%. So it's a lot of companies are doing this. A lot of biotechs are doing this to finance some research. But the problem is most of them don't work. So it's typically bad for investors. It just kind of shows that the company is bleeding cash. You would think something that's good for the company is good for the investor, but not all the time. So that's why it's not good for the investor. Is wind still rocketing up out of here? Man, I've been thinking about S INT so many times. I need to just stop looking at it. I feel like I'm going to make a horrible mistake if I trade it at this point. WINS. Is this thing still going? Or oh boy, I think WINS finally hit its high at 80. Wait, how long has it been halted for? Oh, basically like almost 10 minutes here. This is going to be a very vicious open. Might drop back to 40. Yeah, no problem, TA. Possible entry on SINT. If it dips below back $2, get a little VWAP bounce here, maybe 189. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, even lower than 40. Opens up at 35. Absolutely wicked. This could be a bit of a bounce here. Yep, market's all down today. Yep, that's true. That's why we like to trade them. I'm watching SINT. Had a limit order at 97. Gonna go ahead and remove that now. Wanted that quick pullback that we just got. Very light volume on SINT, just watch out. It doesn't really look too good. Yeah, so IBIO back here. We had that one little quick trade on IBIO. Small little profit on it. Big question is IBIO going to come back? BYFC was a tricky one. CTI B just really unfun as well. All right, Michael, take care. Mexican Sam, American. I have an American citizenship, if that's what you're wondering. Good way to go. SINT trying to break VWAP. That entry at 87 would, or 97 would have actually been good, but having the break here potentially. Definitely seeing some volume coming back into this one. Heike just hasn't been to Berlin yet. Then he would know what he's missing. No, just switching it up over here a little bit. SINT having that break of VWAP. $203 could be a pullback entry. Big breakout here. Huge sellers on this one. Let's see if there's going to be a continuation. I don't think I'm going to trade it. VXRT, let me check. Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up my trading. Let me know if you guys have any more questions. I'm going to wrap up in a few minutes here. Just missed a few entries, and I don't really feel like I want to rush any or even really trade anymore. Just not seeing the activity I wanted to, and the activity I am seeing is just on stocks that I find extremely risky because they're either overextended, late multi-day runs, high risk on offerings. SINT probably would be the main one I would be trading though. Could be breaking 212. Yep, 213, 214. Yep. I mean, I was right on the moves. I was right on the setups. I just couldn't get into it. I'll watch it a little bit longer. WXRT pull back here. Yeah, nice bounce off the VWAP. Sweet stuff here. 1.5%. I mean, VXRT for me is just a bit of a slow mover, so I wouldn't probably trade it unless I was maybe looking for some swing trades on it, which could be really, really good. I would check out the compliance here a little bit more, and then I would probably like to buy on some sort of dip. Other than that, I'm not sure how I would treat it. But we do technically have, a big trend line that was broken here, and this is a nice little break higher. So it's looking pretty good so far. Volume is kind of light on it though on this break. No, I don't really trade the Australian exchange, not per se. Yeah, I'll check out HAPP quickly here. But yeah, another good day here. Not the craziest day, but nice little bit of profit, so kind of nice. And kind of a lot of missed dip buys on my end. I got to get more aggressive on those early morning dip buys. They don't pull back as hard. Sometimes they pull back really hard, and sometimes they don't pull back nearly as hard. And a lot of the ones I'm looking for are the kind of more conservative dip buys, which are the ones that don't pull back as hard. So I need to get a little bit more aggressive on those. I think that will make a big difference. Oh, 1 AP Pro. Sorry to hear, man. WINs was just crazy. I like HAPP, kind of in the right direction. Could be something worth looking at for a swing or so. I'd just be really careful with the swings, guys. Kind of know like what you're trying to get into on the swings. I would do it in a different account. It's very, very easy to have a swing trade and mess up everything else. That's why I don't really want to mix it too much into what we're doing here, but I think it's always good to talk about it on the side. I know a lot of you guys are into swing trading. Wins is just an emotional roller coaster. It just keeps getting halted. I'd be very, very nervous. All I can really say on SINT is just be really careful. I probably wouldn't hold any position too long. Be very nervous about a hold, news offering. I think I'm going to get a little bit more aggressive pre-market. Pre-market, I've been seeing some of the nicest activity. So we'll see how I treat that a little bit more. Maybe it would be good for us to even stream sometimes just 5 minutes earlier. That way, maybe YouTube and everything else has time to adjust. Good point on that 1 AP Pro though. TA, yeah, nice fix on that. All right, guys, I'm going to be wrapping up here. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. It was really good fun again. SINT, I'm going to be watching this one. We'll probably be talking about it on the recap for sure. Maybe I'll look for some swing trades we could talk about. But for now, I think we discussed quite a bit. So definitely reviewing some trades and definitely reviewing what we could have done pre-market. Pre-market was really hot. I think it was the best trading we had today. So today, that would have really been the hot moment, trading pre-market, and everything else was, I mean, SINT was really hot as well out of the gates. And then CTI B was just, you had to be quick on those dips and maybe that 1 minute, first breakout in the morning. But I'll see you guys then later. I'll see you guys in the recap video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're totally new here. We'd love to see you again. Join the community, get active, start learning. And yeah, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Till next time, stay safe, make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao, guys.